Yo, what's going on, guys? Wanted to make this a very quick video to give you guys an update on the markets today. I think there was some holiday or something going on in the markets because they were just behaving very poorly, not a lot of price action, and just consolidating, going back and forth, which is so hard to trade. I'm pretty sure a lot of you are looking at the markets, you're like, dude, what is going on today? This is trash. But looking at the market open, it was our average shit show, you can say. We had our false move to the downside, our fake breakout right here. Everyone thought it was going to sell all day long because it had been selling pre-market. So they're like, "Oh, sell, sell, sell." So the market comes out right here at 6:30 and it just drops. A lot of people are trapped in sells right here. But that's fine if you got into a sell. We had a nice fair value gaps. There's a nice fair value gap right here, and there was one right here, and there was also one right here. But I want you guys to notice if you were in a sell, let's say that you were in a short off this fair value gap right here, and price came up and stopped you out right here, that is completely fine. Because what I would have done after I see my stops get taken out, I would have seen, okay, price is obviously rejecting this low and it's wanting to push up. So what I could do now is let me look to the left. Is there any structure that's leaving me clues that I could use? And the next thing that I would have seen was this fair value gap right here. Now at the time, this is a bearish fair value gap. Three candles, these candles almost tap into it and then push to the downside. But I want you guys to notice that this can now be reused as an inversion fair value gap. So price comes down, fails to trade into this fair value gap again, and then overall we have this fair value gap right here that's disrespected, and price is starting to push up. So as soon as you see price go into this fair value gap right here, this bearish fair value gap that's now a bullish fair value gap, an inversion fair value gap, that's when we can be taking longs right off here. And then all I would be doing is looking for previous highs for my take profit. So you can aim for this high, this high, this high right here, this high, or this high right here. Ideally, I'm not trying to get the biggest bag. I'm more focused on accuracy over trying to make a lot of money trading. So if I were you guys, I would have went into this fair value gap right here, had my stops right below the third candle on the fair value gap. Since it's inverse, it wouldn't be the first candle, it would be the third candle. So I'd have my stops right below here. Never mind take profit, I would aim for this wick right here. It'd be a little over a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio, but that would have gave you guys a really good setup right there. And I want you guys to then focus on the timing. After this time between 6:30 and 7 a.m., that's like the market open, that 30-minute range. But usually you guys can look, and usually the better time to trade is between 7 to 8 a.m. So if you guys didn't get into any of this right here, which is fine, you could have waited till 7 a.m. Right here at 7 a.m., we can see that we have the 7 to 8 a.m. window of time, 7 to 8 a.m. right here. So in this hour window of time, we could also be looking for a setup. So ideally, let's say that you were in the markets and you saw this 7 a.m. window right here. You're like, okay, well, what's crazy is we have this fair value gap that's forming right here. What if we were to take a long off this fair value gap? Okay. Price does retrade into it right here on this candle. That's the third candle, actually. The fourth candle retrades into it, and then it pushes up. Honestly, if I were to go long in this trade and it started pushing up like this very aggressively, I would have trailed my stop loss to my entry, and then you would have got stopped out at break even. Then, if you saw that happen, you could have been like, okay, well, I don't think the market wants to go up anymore. It's kind of retesting these highs right up here. Maybe it's wanting to drop. You could then use this bullish fair value gap as an inversion fair value gap. So when you see the candles close right below it, when you see price retrading into it on all these candles, you can be taking shorts. And ideally, if you weren't confident in that and you're like, you know what, like it could just go up, but I don't know, I'm gonna just wait a second. What I would have done is you could have waited and you could have seen that this low right here, this low on this wick, this would be a lower low, lower high. Then we have a new lower low that's created. Look at the body of this candle, how the body of it closes lower than this wick. Now we can see the price wants to push down. And what do we see created in this lower low, which I always talk about, guys? We can see our fair value gap right here. Boom. Once price retrades into it, you could take shorts off here. I would aim for this low right here, which it hits perfectly on this candle. And there's fair value gaps forming all the time. The thing that you guys need to realize, if you're looking to see, you see a clear downtrend like this, but you don't see any fair value gaps forming like on this lower low right here, there was no fair value gap that was formed. After it broke this wick and this candle closed below, creating a new lower low, there is no fair value gap. So what you could have done is you could have looked to the left, structure leaves clues. Look to the left, structure leaves clues. That's the biggest freaking hit, guys. And we could have seen that we had this fair value gap right here. So this is now an inversion fair value gap. Once you see the candles go into it, retrade into it, sell off that, aim for previous lows. Stop loss you could have right above the first candle right here, or you could just look at previous market structure, this lower high, you could aim for that as your stop loss. Really dependent upon what you guys want to do. But guys, just because a fair value gap isn't presenting itself doesn't mean that an inversion fair value gap isn't. So you really got to be able to keep your eyes peeled and say, okay, well, just because this setup isn't appearing, that doesn't mean that I can't trade. There still is an opportunity for me to trade. I just need to keep my eyes peeled. So these inversion fair value gaps, they've been a game changer for me. I cannot tell you guys. And also, I made a free school group. So if you guys want to join, you guys can click the link in the description. It's 100% free, where you guys can be a part of this group where there's 44 other members. I have a classroom with other lessons and stuff on here that I'm going to keep adding to. But a lot of cool stuff on here. So if you guys want to join, like I said, it's free. There's a link in the description where you guys can sign up. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out, guys. Have a good day.
Not a lot of people made it to the end of the video, but you did. Make sure you share this video with a friend. Also, comment below. I want to know who you guys are and how I can help you guys out with your trading. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, hit that subscribe button. I'm dropping weekly videos every single week on trading to help you guys out. Look forward to seeing you guys soon.